This is Not That Deep, but Maybe, the podcast where you will not get life advice, stock tips, or spiritual enlightenment, but you might get a laugh, a thought, or a wild story. I'm your host, Anthony Danzo, here with my co-host.
I'm Sean Watt, guys, and I'm obviously the co-host. We hope you enjoy the show.
All right. So, welcome to Not That Deep, but Maybe.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the very first episode. I'm going to say first and foremost that it's been one heck of a week.
Yeah.
What about you, dude?
Dude, man, same as usual, just fucking dying at work waiting.
Yeah, I know. And I used to work with Anthony a couple years ago for about 3 years or so. Working there in the spa, we don't want to mention any names, but we both know it was awful. Dude. We're talking, it's like working in an oven in the summer. There's no AC. It's disgusting. You're dripping in sweat. I mean, this is factory work. Right?
Test of will, if you will. You know.
Pun intended.
Yeah, pun intended.
Yeah.
So, how was your week, man?
It was okay. Yeah, I had some experiences at work where there was a client who had a really expensive bottle of champagne placed on the counter. I went to go move a case of beer and I knocked his bottle right off the counter and it shattered.
Oh, no.
His face went so red. He just stared at me. His buddy bursted out laughing, pointing at him. He had the same bottle in his hand. So I guess there was some sort of event going on.
Yeah.
He won it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, let's just say I wasn't saying anything to him. I apologized once, and after that, he gave me like the dirty look, and I'm like, I'm either going to get into a fight right now, or I'm just going to play it cool, you know? And I tried to play it cool as possible, but I did feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because that sucks, you know? Someone who's probably worked hard to purchase that bottle, and I screwed it up.
No psychopaths this week?
Ooh, good question. No, not yet.
No? Okay. You're lucky. That's a good week then. That's a good week.
TBD.
Yeah.
To be decided.
Exactly.
I think it's based on the weather.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be outside in Montreal right now.
No one's going to be walking all weird and sketchy in minus 26.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I wouldn't personally. So if they do, actually, there was one. There was a guy who came in and I've never seen him before. I'm used to like all these regular clients coming in. And this guy, he kind of had like the creeper look. And for those of you that don't know what the creeper look is, it's like where you have like the bald crown, but you have like long hair on the side and everything. And I think he had like early signs of schizophrenia because he was like talking to himself. He's like, man, why am I still in Montreal? I should have left with my friends. They're making all $70,000, $80,000 a year. But he's like talking to nobody or an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
He arrived at the cash and I'm like, the first thing that went through my mind was, you know what? I'm going to be extremely humble and nice to this guy because if he is a schizo and ends up killing someone, he's going to see me as the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm going to be in good graces with him, right?
Yeah, he might save you, bro. He might save you.
And as we were talking, he's like, you're like the nicest guy I ever met. I really appreciate you. You respect me, this and that. And that kind of goes to show that you don't judge groups, you just judge individuals. So this individual may have seemed really sketchy and kind of crazy talking to himself. Well, who doesn't talk to themselves? Let's be honest. Yeah. As an actor, I do it all the time, right?
Bro, you're getting mugged downtown. He might come and save you. I don't know. You're the only person to treat him nice.
Hey, reach for my strong hands, right? Just have like the little mini hand. I'm like, no, I'm gonna fall off. No, I don't know.
Oh shit, man.
And he was like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
But I was a little paranoid. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and there's another guy too. Speaking, we're on to something. So there's like this homeless girl named Victoria. She's amazing. She's from the United Kingdom. We always go back and forth with like really passive-aggressive banter because that's what they do in the UK. And she loves it, right?
Yeah.
I call her a fat sausage roll, whatever. And she's like just all for it. She calls me all these profound names. And I'm like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, tell me something new that I didn't know, right? So there was this one guy that came in and he was clearly on something, either fentanyl or some sort of drug, to the point where it's like, he was staring at himself in like the refrigerators there, in the glass, and he's like doing like these crazy dances and going all weird. And I'm sitting there and I'm staring at one of the reps that came to the store, and I'm like, we need to keep an eye on that guy. Yeah. I think he might steal. I don't know, but it's like he was just like kind of just stationary for like 8 minutes, and he would go to the ice cream fridge, do the same thing, and I'm like, I'm really kind of sketched out by this guy. Only to have that Victoria girl come in and yell his name, snap her fingers, and he left like a puppy.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, that is why you befriend homeless people. She's like my security. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She took care of me. Oh, don't worry, love. I got you this and that. And she escorted him out, and that was it. And I'm like, and she's like, oh, he's just harmless. You know, he's probably done a lot of fentanyl. That's what she told me.
That's wild.
And I'm like, okay, cool.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. But thank God. Yeah. Besides that, it's been okay. We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole other day. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And usually when I have dreams and stuff, I know something's supposed to occur within the 24 hours.
Yeah. Downtown, you don't know what to expect. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You never know what to expect. It's a mystery every day.
Dude, I remember I was walking in the summer, and I don't know if you've seen the guy at TV, but he's one of the homeless guys who has one arm.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and he like always goes shirtless. He's kind of like
Yes,
scruffy looking, kind of like a little mole man. You know?
Yes.
And I remember seeing him right on Maisonneuve, right by the Peel Metro. I was walking. He was in front of me walking the same direction I was going, and two girls were coming towards us, and they said hi to him. He waved with his one arm, you know, hi. And then as I was passing him, I thought, okay, those girls are really nice to acknowledge him and say hi. I looked over at him, I said, bonjour, hi. And he's like, oh, esti ta tabarnak. And he started getting so angry at me, and I'm like, all right, well, I tried, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm not a pretty little girl or something, you know.
That's it. What can I do?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I'm like, I was just trying to be a genuine human being.
Yeah.
And he just like swore at me in French.
Mhm.
And he still hated me. I'm like, I don't care if you got one arm, but you're a jerk, dude. Like, I'm not donating.
Dude, I told you about the time, Michael. We were at Barry UCAM. He the lady's asking for change. All he had in his pocket, and literally that's all he had. We had just went and spent like a whole bunch of money shopping. So all he had was the change in his pocket. He gave her about 50 to 75 cents. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
And she goes, "What the fuck is this?" She goes, "Not even $1, you cheap fuck." And
what?
Like, yeah. Turns around, he's
Who
like,
says that? So
Yeah.
ungrateful.
he's like, "What the fuck did you say to me?" She goes, "I don't want this shit." She goes, "It's not
Yeah.
even $1." He's like, "Good, then give me back my fucking change."
That's what I would have done. Snatch it back, you crazy.
Yeah. And there's just a cop standing on the corner with me, and he's watching them, and we're both like shaking our head, like, "Stop arguing with the heroin addict."
Yeah.
Like,
You're not gonna win.
Yeah, dude. The fuck, man.
Oh, speaking of Barry UCAM, I actually got another homeless person experience there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know where like the police station is, and then there's like that little mall where you can go to the auto sack to renew your license and all that. So you
Yes,
know when you're coming
yes.
from Barry UCAM, you go up that little escalator, and there's like the police station next door to it, and there's a couche-tard,
Yep.
right? You know how all the metro doors are kind of swinging, right? So if
Mhm.
you go on the right side, it swings inward on the left side, and vice versa. I remember it was like really early in the morning. I had a driver's license appointment, and I was so tired. Like, I'm a night owl, so I slept, God, probably 2 hours, you know? Like, it was to the point where it felt like I just fell asleep, and I heard the alarm ring. Bing, boop, boop,
Oh,
boop, 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 and I was
that's
like,
the worst.
oh, my pupils are burning. Like, it's just awful, right? So I remember, like, rushing up that escalator, and I was so tired, I had my head down, and I went to go hit on the left side of the metro door, so it would swing the right open.
Yeah.
There was a native lady that I didn't see who was pinned up on the right side. When I pushed that door aggressively, it slingshot her forward.
Oh
She
my
fell
God.
on her face.
Oh my god.
I bursted out laughing. I was like, whoa, I'm dying, I'm dying.
Oh my god.
Her native friend with no teeth pointing at her, and he's laughing. She looks at me, you're a asshole. Her face is all mangled, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I did
Oh
not
my
mean
God.
to do that.
Oh my
But
god.
who expects someone to be chilling just on the door when I pushed that
Yeah.
bad boy open so fast she flung her forward
Yeah,
onto
those
her
revolving
face.
doors, I know. I can't stand them, bro.
Who stands there
And
first
when the
of
wind
all?
is blowing, you can't
Yeah.
even open the thing.
Exactly.
It feels like a 50, 60 pound, like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a Marvel movie and there's like a shock blast and I'm trying
Yeah.
to go. And yeah, I slingshot her so far forward when she fell on her face.
Oh my god.
She's like, you're a fucking asshole. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Her friend gave me a fist bump, started laughing and pointing right at her, just making fun of her, you know?
Oh man.
That was so random and like just so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Downtown Montreal, for anyone who lives in Montreal, if you want to see entertainment, go on the metro, go walk in the streets,
Oh,
and
that's it.
stay off your phone. I mean, you'd be almost amazed at the crazy things that you see. You
Yeah,
know?
that's 100%, man.
Yeah.
So, have you heard about The Reckoning?
The Reckoning. Isn't it a movie or what is it?
It's the new documentary. Okay, so 50 Cent started a documentary on P. Diddy. Like, the moment he went into jail, he was like, he announced it. I'm going to make a documentary on this guy.
Okay, yeah.
It's finally out on Netflix.
Oh, it's probably huge.
Dude, I don't know. From what I've heard, I've only watched one episode, and I gotta say, in the first episode, it's pretty interesting. They do a good job of like teaching you about his early life in the first episode.
Well, it's probably like his footage from his mom and stuff, right?
Well, what they did was his life was pretty well documented because you find out I never knew this actually. His father was a really well respected drug dealer in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So he was like, pretty successful, I guess, along the lines of like Nicky Barnes or somebody like that, like Alpo Martinez and things of that nature.
So in a way, his father was semi-famous for being a drug dealer?
Yeah, exactly.
Brooklyn,
like he was,
but yet he wasn't convicted?
A well-respected gangster. And he got murdered.
Whoa.
Yeah, in, I believe, Manhattan Park. I might be fucking up
Central
the name.
Park?
Central Park. There we go. Central Park.
Yeah, a lot of crazy things happen there.
Yeah, he was murdered in Central Park. And they say a lot of the reason why he's like flashy and things like that is because he knows like the legend of his father in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And another reason why he was so power hungry. And another connection they made was his parents used to throw these big lavish parties. Like they had a stage in their living room where people had to perform. And so he was like 7, 8, 9 years old, and he's seeing these fucking celebrities and ball players and all these New York people fucking going crazy, partying all night and everything. And that now it makes sense why he was throwing these giant
He almost has the story of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I mean, father gets killed, back alley.
That's it.
In Central Park in this case.
So after the death of his father, basically the mother would like prop him up the way the father was. Like, we're talking he's 8 years old.
Oh yeah, you're
chinchilla
a king
coats
and this and that.
Yeah, like
chinchilla.
No, like legitimately. Yeah. He's like 9 years old with a pimp jacket on. Like
out of all furs you can get, chinchilla's it.
Yeah, dude. So he's always been propped up kind of by his mother, and then he was an assistant for Andre. I can't remember his name right now.
Andre 3000?
No, Andre Young or something like that.
Okay.
He worked for the fucking label that he was signed to. I have horrible memory.
Is it Universal? What is it?
It's not Universal.
So what's his name then? Andre Young? I'll search while you're trying to remember it.
Yeah.
What is it? Andre Young?
I believe it's Andre Young.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll search it, see what comes up here.
Yeah.
Andre Young. So he's an American rapper and record
that's Dr.
producer.
Dre. That's Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Well, there we go. First fuck up. Okay, anyway, not important. Not important. Okay, so he was working for another label at very young, right? And then one of the first things that he did was he created a celebrity basketball game in Brooklyn for like a high school as a charity thing. So the first one he ever did, like everybody turned out, all the famous rappers at the time from EPMD and other various places, right? But the thing was not organized. So like,
so what do you mean not organized?
We're talking about thousands of people showed up to this high school fucking basketball arena
in the
trying to get seats. Obviously, like a riot breaks out. People got trampled. 9 people died from it.
What?
Imagine that you're 19, a club promoter. You try to do something like your first big thing. And 9 fucking people died.
And they get trampled. That's the worst way to go. You're
Dude.
like, ow, 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 ow.
Like, fucking insane.
What? Yeah.
And then, so long story short, whatever, he works for this guy at the record label, and he ends up firing him, which anybody who's watched Notorious, the life biography of Biggie, probably knows this information.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the episode.
Yeah.
Right? So he gets fired, but the guy was nice enough to be like, hey, when he got fired, you can take Biggie with you. Because they had the first album already recorded.
Okay.
And he's the one that found Biggie. But when he signed Biggie, he was working for that label. So that label owned Biggie's contract.
Yeah.
So the guy said, I'll do you a favor and you give me X amount. They didn't disclose the amount. And you can keep him. Thinking that the whole gangster thing wouldn't be able to stick.
Yeah.
Because back then hip hop was very much like
controversial.
Hip-hop,
It actually was.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was more uplifting and like,
Yeah.
So this is like the start of the whole gangster fucking era, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they thought it would be unsuccessful. So long story short, he buys the contract and creates Bad Boy Records.
Yeah.
And then that's when they drop Juicy.
And that's
boom.
when it becomes big.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So it was all kind of by fluke because If he wouldn't have given him Biggie, let's say he would have said, "This is my artist now.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, exactly.
Where was he going?
I don't know. Who knows?
He's.
I hate to say that, but I don't think it's by fluke. I think that's just the universe starting to put things together for you to succeed if you're willing to open that door.
Yeah.
And that's what happened, because I find like you don't line up the stars yourself. They start lining up for you to take that opportunity and that chance.
See, I feel
I sort of,
based on the circumstance, what was
because everything lined up.
What was described in there is the guy, because he has a very big ego. He started to get a little too much notoriety in
it's from his father and his mother doing
yeah, but
that.
listen to this. He found after he found Mary J. Blige and made her like the face of female hip hop during that time.
Yeah, I know.
It went to his head. He was like, "Oh, I'm the shit." Like he realized now that he could market almost anybody, because for the fact that in that time to get a female dominating artist was unheard of.
Wasn't there like Lil Kim after?
No, that's way after.
Yeah.
This is unheard of during the time. So he's like, "Fuck, I could really do this." He started to talk about taking Andre's job.
Yeah.
So he said, "Oh, you want to be me? Fuck you, you're fired." But I guess it was more like he said that was his father figure. So I think he felt bad having to get rid of like somebody he knew looked up to him so much, because you can take somebody in like a little brother.
Yeah,
and I think it was that lapse of judgment saying, "Oh, here, just take him." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's like a mentorship. So you could take someone in, but it's because you see something that
they don't see yet. At some point, the student wants to become the master in any regard. Like
I would say no. It's more just becoming an individual. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. I watched a video about Gordon Ramsay. I sent it to you on Instagram, where it was Chef episode #1. It's the first time where he opened up his own restaurant on his own.
Yeah.
He wasn't a stakeholder for 33%. He wasn't going to make 150,000 to 200,000 pounds a year. This was him saying, I want to be individual and have my own success and earn 100% of the profits. Right? So when he felt he was ready, that opportunity presented himself. And I think maybe that's the same thing. It's just when you're ready, you don't want to be under someone's wing or shadow the whole time. You want to create your own path.
Yeah, I don't think he was ready, though. Like I said,
how old was he?
It's the he was very young. Like, we're talking 2021, something like that.
Not even.
It was all circumstance, because if all it took was that one move, and it would have been over for him. He would have never had the ability and the reach that he got from having that artist.
You're right.
Yeah. And then they talk about, too, a lot of the things like his jealousy and stuff. He was extremely, extremely jealous of the fact that him and Tupac had a relationship. Even the people around him, his partner in the business, Bad Boy Records, he said things about him. This is somebody who's close to him. He said, he's the kind of guy that would, like, you think you know him, and as soon as the switch flips, it's like he's no longer there anymore.
Yeah.
He's willing to do anything almost.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And he said he was very possessive. He saw that when the whole disaster happened with his first event. His mom said, "Hey, maybe this is not for you, because like look at the things that can happen. You don't really have control, you know."
Yeah, there's certain.
And
things,
he said in the hotel room, he snapped and he smacked the shit out of his mom.
What?
Yeah.
That's
and he said at that point, he goes, "I knew that like he was not the person I thought he was."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you do that to someone who gave birth to you, that's just the biggest disrespect that you can ever do, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's theories about him actually killing Tupac.
Oh, yeah. Well, they said, from what I've heard in the other episodes, they speak on that. Like, and it's pretty convincing.
So to be coming.
Yeah. There's lots of footage that's never been seen in there before and everything.
Who did the footage?
50 says he's not going to release the sources like a good journalist would. Which,
Since when did 50 Cent become a journalist?
Oh, he is. When you're on his bad side, this is the pettiest man on earth. He will find out that you kicked a dog when you were 4.
Like, probably a tiger, man. He's probably a tiger. Huh? Just like you. Just, never forget. Get your vengeance.
It's a lifelong enemy, this guy.
Wow.
Yeah, think of him and Ja Rule. Like, he's just so petty.
I
aspire to be like that someday. Where it's like
you're getting there. Don't worry. Yeah,
where it's like, you want to fuck around, it's cool. I'll wait like 20 years and just screw something up you're really looking forward
exactly.
to.
When you hit the biggest moment, that's it. You know what I mean? Oh,
that's
he did this, said this, whatever,
Yeah.
Almost like blackmail.
It's kind of hilarious,
Yeah.
You kind of forget about him, and then out of nowhere, you look in the mirror one day, he's just there.
And you're like, I thought that was a shadow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's like, do you know Israel Adesanya?
Yeah.
Okay. Alex Pereira, the Brazilian guy.
Oh yeah.
He's like the boogeyman for Israel, okay?
Dude,
This guy
of course.
knocked him out twice
Yeah.
in the kickboxing. He goes to
Oh.
MMA, becomes a successful star,
Yeah, if you can punch and kick, you'll be okay.
face
you
of
know?
the company, right?
Yeah.
People are saying he's going to be the new Anderson Silva. Then out of nowhere, his fucking boogeyman shows up again. Alex Pierre.
No way.
After being an alcoholic for years, he decides, I'm going to fix my life and go to the UFC. And knock the shit out of this guy again.
And he did, huh?
Yeah,
No,
bro.
he did, yeah.
And it's like, come on. Like, don't get me wrong. Izzy got the dub back afterwards, but still, that's just like, come on.
What are the chances?
You're
You know what I
following
mean?
me
Like,
around at this point.
Yeah. Life has other plans for you. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. I'm trying to think if I've watched anything recently that would be super interesting or not. I find myself gravitating towards all the older movies, from
Yeah.
like 2000s and 2005s, and
Mhm.
I think they're excellent. You know, there's a certain quality that doesn't exist anymore when it comes to a lot of these streaming services that say, "Oh, we're going to increase your membership, but we're going to come out with the subpar content."
Yeah.
It's not about output. At one point, they got to figure that out and say it's just quality.
It's true.
Guys, take your time. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you?
Especially, when are we going to get another good fantasy franchise? Like I told you, this
Man,
week I rewatched all of Harry Potter. Dude, I had such a good fucking time. Those movies
Yeah.
hold up so well.
Yeah, they're actually coming out with Lord of the Rings in the theaters again because it's been 25 years since it's been released.
Yeah, that's cool, but we need something new again, like a massive thing. Like, do you
Original
remember-
idea.
Yeah, do you remember when Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out?
So
The
long
amount
ago.
of hype
So long
that was
ago.
there.
Yeah.
Think Avengers Endgame. The amount of hype. Like, we need something like that again. That's like a 10-year build-up to where
So-
it's like, oh, this final epic moment is finally here. in
The
front of us.
last big epic moment that I could think of recent in the past 2 years.
Avengers
is...
Endgame, bro.
Nope. No.
I don't know.
There's
After
another
that,
one.
that was like my last big
I'll give
thing.
you a hint. It's with Cillian Murphy and Ryan Gosling. 2 separate movies. Do you remember what they called it?
No, what is it?
Barbieheimer or whatever?
Oh, Oppenheimer.
Yeah, but it was Oppenheimer and Barbie. They released at the same time.
time.
And it was huge. That was like a huge buzz in theaters. They made so much money. And those movies took years to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Years, my friend.
that's true.
And Oppenheimer, like, okay, here's one thing. Guillermo del Toro and Christopher Nolan, they never want to use AI for their films, and they want to try to shoot on location and this and that as much as possible. I love that.
Okay.
Dude, you remember watching Lord of the Rings?
Yes, it was.
Everything
New
was
Zealand. It was
No,
right or
no,
something?
yeah, it was New Zealand.
Yeah,
but
dude.
it's not that. Look at all the orcs. They're all prosthetics.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
know, I
makeup.
know,
It
dude.
wasn't green
It looks
screen.
sick. Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah. That's true.
They need to go back to that because that is so compelling.
You know what I
Doc
can't
Ock
stand
and
is
Spider-Man?
fucking Avatar, bro. And I'm gonna get so much hate for this. I'm sorry, everybody, but like,
James Cameron.
I don't
want to
watch blue people for 3.5 fucking hours.
They're tall blue people.
Like,
They're tall blue people.
Like,
And actually, you know what, James Cameron, if you're listening to this, I enjoyed it. Don't listen to the host here, Anthony.
they need to hurry up and make better Star Wars too. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't care who says it. The last 2 Star Wars sucked. It was not it was not what anybody wanted. I don't think.
I think what it is, what happened was when George Lucas sold the rights to Disney,
Disney-fied it. Like they do with everything.
Well, they just don't have the vision that George Lucas has, right?
Yeah.
It's like trying to take an author who wrote this amazing book and subbing in another author and saying, now continue his story.
Mm-hmm.
Never gonna match that passion, that energy, that love for the universe.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the problem.
That's true.
George Lucas lived and breathed that project. For him, that was his everything.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's unfortunate that he sold the rights. I think he should have kept it and have like a majority input. Even if you're just hands off on it, just say, hey, 75 my input is a go. Like,
but it's so hard to say no to
Like,
those kind of numbers. Like,
the thing is, though, about Star Wars, they actually had a rated R TV series that they wanted to do. George Lucas said like it was so dark, and they were about to come
and
out
then
with
Disney and the no blood policy
but
and
then
everything.
he sold it to Disney.
Yeah, so
before that
we're
could
never
even
getting
come out.
that, bro.
And one of the producers was trying to do the numbers, crunch the numbers for it, and he said he couldn't get less than like X amount of million or even $1 billion. I could search right now while we're talking about that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I already poured it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already mixed it. I already
Thanks.
mixed it.
Yeah. I was like looking around for it. But Okay, so actually, it's crazy. So before I could walk,
Mhm.
I was rehearsing Star Wars and Land Before Time. That's what my mom told me. She's like, she was so amazed that I wasn't just saying one line.
Dude, A Land Before Time.
Yeah,
What a
exactly.
classic,
That
man.
movie was great.
Dude.
It made me not so afraid of T-Rexes. But then
Mhm.
when I actually watch a Jurassic Park movie, I'm like, yeah, T-Rex is pretty big. You know, I'm not gonna go underneath a waterfall or anything.
Do you remember Fern Gully?
No.
Where the little fairy has to save the rainforest, and the loggers are like marking the trees and cutting them down, and then one of them gets shrunk.
They're like
And-
crickets? Is it crickets or what is it?
No, bro. Go Google that right now.
What is
Fern Gully.
Vern?
Fern.
Fern?
Yeah.
Gully?
Fern Gully.
Oh, the last rainforest.
Yes, dude. That
I haven't
movie?
seen that. It
Oh
looks
my
like-
god, brother.
No, it looks
Yo.
like little Tinkerbell, you know?
Yeah, that shit is such a good classic movie. I'm sure, like, if you're a 90s kid, you know this movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Fern Gully. Fern Gully, the Magical Rescue. Hello, hello. And it's on Prime Video, Canada.
That's another one
So
of
if you
those.
guys wanna
It's like
watch
a
it.
classic, but like A Land in Time.
Robin Williams is in it. Tim Curry,
Mm-hmm.
Kristen Slater, Samantha Mathis,
Yeah, it
Tom
was a
Locke,
big movie at the time.
Cheech Marin. Okay, that's pretty big. Tommy Chong is in it.
Yeah, dude.
He's from the 70s show, that guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Star Wars rated R series.
Oh, the Wolverine game. Now they're starting to post it in the PlayStation Store and stuff.
What?
Yeah,
Pre-order?
no
What is
trailer or
it?
anything. You're only
Yeah.
allowed to wishlist it, so we know it's coming at least. And it better be bloody and gory. Did you ever play the Wolverine Origins game? It was
Oh,
in the
yeah.
One of the best superhero games ever made. The way that your body disintegrates as you take damage, you can watch the healing happen.
There's one game that came out around that time was called The Punisher.
I don't think I played it.
Dude, you literally, if you wanted to, instead of killing someone, you can interrogate them by like turning on a saw, placing his face towards it.
Mhm.
You ask the question, he doesn't want to do it. You like put his face against it
Oh,
to do
shit.
damage, and then you ask him again, he doesn't want it. You can put him in a grinder, like all these
Yeah.
different ways of doing it. It was so dark.
Dude, those movies, remember in the 2000s?
Yeah.
The two
With,
Punisher films?
With that one actor, I can't remember his name, but he plays in Batman with Christian Bale.
He was in Batman?
Yeah.
Really? I don't remember.
Yeah, what's the guy's name? Batman, Christian Bale. Let's see, what is it?
So yeah, those two movies.
Batman
were
Begins.
good, bro.
The cast, it was. Oh, I think he played. I can't remember, dude. Oh no, this isn't good. Cillian Murphy's in Batman.
Cillian Murphy. Oh yeah, yeah,
A Scarecrow. Okay.
yeah.
Liam
he was the
Neeson's in it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
What? Okay. I think it's like Harvey or something like that. Harvey Dent.
Okay, he was the. I never even realized they were the same person. Oh, so he plays Two-Face.
Yeah,
Because that's who
that
Two-Face
guy's
is.
the same guy who plays Frank Castle in Punisher
Okay,
in the OG film there.
okay.
Yeah, there it is. Right there.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, you're so right,
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
like,
I
he
never
was
realized.
in everything before.
dude.
Harvey Dent actor. Aaron Eckhart. That's who he is. Aaron Eckhart's excellent. Yeah, he was Two-Face. He did scenes with, Heath Ledger
Okay.
in the hospital and this and that. And he said he just came in like a nurse's outfit. He wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
He's like, what? It's so diabolical. Yeah. But Aaron Eckhart, excellent actor, dude. Yep, super, super good. So I can't find those numbers that we were talking about from
It's
the
okay.
Star Wars
Yeah.
series that never came out.
Dude, there's
Oh.
this other thing I wanted to bring up. I was watching. Shout out to Johnny Mitchell. He has a really great true crime podcast. If any of you are into that, what he does is he has all these like kingpins and drug lords and anything you can think of from DEA to cartel
Yeah.
come on his show. And one of the guests on there, his name was Chris Feisel, I think.
Okay.
Forgive me if I'm butchering the name.
Yeah.
He was the pardon me. He was the blonde cop that Narcos was based
Oh,
on.
alongside Pedro Pascal there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll look into it. while
And it
you're
was the
talking about
real
it,
guy,
yeah.
and he came on and he talked about like parts that were fake in the show and things that were real and things that they didn't put in.
For obvious reasons, you have to dramatize that
That's
kind of
the
stuff.
thing, yeah.
Come on,
and
you know?
he had so many interesting things to say, but one of the things that he said after
So
doing all of that, he
it's
arrested
Steve Murphy.
No,
Are you sure?
no. It's Chris
No. But the guy that plays
Chris
him
Feistel.
is Boyd Holbrook, alongside Pedro Pascal, who plays Javier Pena.
Okay, you're talking about I'm talking about the actual guy right now.
Yeah. No, I'm
okay.
talking about the blonde actor who plays that guy in the show. Okay. So it's the character he plays is Steve Murphy.
Yeah, so this guy, he was responsible for arresting 2 of the largest cocaine traffickers to ever exist. They were brothers.
From where?
I'm not sure if they were Cali cartel or if they were Medellin.
Probably Cali or Medellin, one or the other.
One or the other, yeah. Because he kept jumping back and forth in the stories.
Okay.
But he wasn't like being specific, so it was kind of hard to tell sometimes.
Very cryptic.
Very cryptic in a way, yeah.
Probably for his safety, I'm not gonna lie.
And dude, he was talking about the first time they almost got a location on the dude. They had his main hitman because he saw what was going on, how they were how after they busted Pablo and what was happening. He knew it was death or jail. So the head of the security goes and meets with this DEA agent, and he's thinking, "Oh, these are young guys. They're Americans. They don't know shit." Not knowing that he's been there for like 3 years now, learned how to speak Spanish fluently, all these things. So he's there, and back then they were not allowed to go.
That was in the 70s, right? Yeah.
Yeah. 70s, 80s. They were not allowed to go anywhere by themselves. You had to have a military or police escort, and they were not allowed to work anything by themselves. Like you can't even go in. Like let's say you see a guy with a gun shooting in the street, you can't shoot back if you're not with a Mexican authority, Colombian authority.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like if they're not there, you just gotta sit there and wait.
You gotta hide and hope they stop. Yeah. So they go and they meet this guy, and he's testing them, thinking that they don't know shit. So he starts asking like very basic questions to the guy, thinking he's not gonna know anything. And he just stops him and he goes, "I know where the stash house is. I know where this is." And the guy immediately stopped and realized he wasn't fucking with a little rookie. So he tells him, "Okay, the guy will be here at this date, and show up. There's gonna be guys on the roof, so you can't go by the roof. You have to come."
That wasn't Pablo Escobar. It was the other guy, right?
No, these are the 2 brothers, the Ortega brothers.
Ortega. Yeah, I know who they are. They're in the series. Oh yeah.
So they're the ones that were really, really moving the shit, like because Pablo
moving everything forward.
Yeah. After Pablo, they took over.
Yeah.
So they go and they search for the guy, and they get in there. Listen to this: the guy never left the place. They knew he was in there. He had a little hideout.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't even go anywhere. They had a name for it.
No, it was in the bathroom. I remember that, and he stayed in the bathroom for
and he just
hours.
Stayed there, bro.
Didn't move.
And they didn't move.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, because they showed that in the show.
Yes.
He's like literally in there, and he's just.
So after they lose him
in the wall,
they lose him for about 2 months, and then they get intel that hey, he lives in an apartment complex. Okay, so there was a hill with only 5 buildings. And in the 5 buildings, they were very luxury buildings.
Yeah.
So what they did was the guy said he's always the last one to go to sleep. He's up till 4 or 5 in the morning because he was like a micromanager. He had OCD. He wanted to be in charge of everything, even though he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So they go, he'll be up working late. So what they did was they sat there for weeks and used to watch all the lights turn off until eventually they realized there was always 2 apartments that the lights were on the latest. So they start watching these 2 apartments. They notice one apartment is pretty empty, elderly couple, whatever. Second apartment, they never see the guy, but they see that there's a lot of black maids and stuff. And they knew that he had a preference for black ladies.
Okay.
So they put 2 and 2 together and they go, this has to be the place.
Yeah.
But they have no intel of where it looks or anything. So they had to do another undercover operation to pretend that they wanted to buy a property in the building.
Oh.
Just to find out the layout and everything. It turns out that each floor is only 1 apartment. So very luxurious.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So they finally figure out the blueprint and everything. They go into the place. They tear this fucking place up, right? Now, they only have a limited amount of time because they have to have the state police with them or whatever.
Yeah.
They're running out of time. The prosecutor shows up, forgets the paperwork that's needed in order to properly conduct the raid.
Come on.
So now they have to buy...
on purpose.
They're trying to buy time. This guy's racing back to get the paperwork and everything. They're about to give up. One of the Colombian cops that was there, he said, you know what? Fuck this. We're not waiting any longer.
That's actually in the show. It's in the TV series. Oh, yeah.
So they tell the guy, smash the red desk.
Yeah.
And they're looking, they can't find the trap. The guy gets pissed, he picks it up. He says, fuck this. He smashes it open. They find all these files and everything. Showing, like the guy kept fucking checks, paying politicians, photocopies, everything.
Evidence, blackmail.
Just sitting there, dude.
Come on.
So now they know where all the stash houses are and everything. That's how they caught the dude. The next time they raided him, how they got him, he was literally just about to climb into the wall.
Yeah, and they're like,
And he caught them so off guard that he just said, "Oh fuck, I'm a man of peace." And I'm watching the shit and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, fuck.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah. Imagine like, my palms are already sweating. I can't
Could you
imagine
imagine
going into
hiding
a
in a
wall
wall,
and
bro?
someone just and you know what I mean. So it's like one of those scenarios where when you're a teenager, your parents are sleeping, and you go to turn on the TV, but all the sounds amplified.
Oh yeah.
Little any chair
You can hear your heart
moving,
beating.
dude.
Yeah.
Any chair moving, it's like, and it's like, okay, it's not supposed to sound like that because if I'm awake in broad daylight, chairs, if you move them, they don't make these heightened noises.
Exactly.
Your heartbeat, you're breathing.
You hear it and you're like, oh
And
my
I'm like,
god, they can hear it.
I'm not even a mouth breather, but it sounds like it's
Yeah.
going on right now. So imagine what he was going through being behind that wall, just like, what do you do?
And they're tearing the apartment up and everything, and you're just hoping, do not hit this wall. Do not hit
Dude,
this wall.
I would just sedate myself.
Imagine how bad you have to shit in that moment. You know when you get nervous and you're like, I gotta shit?
all they hear is you laying it ripped.
He must have been dying, bro. And then another interesting one they had, it was a guy.
My chest would hurt from trying to like contain my breathing. I'd be
literally.
like, and it'd be, yeah, the whole time. Like, I don't know how they did it.
And then another crazy one. This guy went to Mexico. Okay, his name is he goes by Dave Frank.
Okay.
So he had like a rough upbringing. 2 parents. He grew up in like Oklahoma or something. Very small town. They're kind of racist.
Yep.
So he grew up with like 2 fucked up parents.
So Midwest.
Yeah, some real like, you know, Midwest kind of borderlining hillbillies, right?
Okay.
It's maybe not hill, whatever. Anyways, I said what I said.
Canceled.
Canceled already.
joking.
First episode. So, anyways, this guy has a rough upbringing. He grows up. They move to California. Now, mind you, he's never seen a black person in his life.
Oh no!
And now he's in California in the early 70s. So like
crazy. That's prime time. Really
when
bad.
gangbanging is starting, all these things, right?
Yeah, jives.
Yeah.
You know.
So he shows up there in complete like an utter shock. Ask his mother the first time. He goes, "What is that?" Like he had no clue what he was seeing. Right.
That's awful, man.
Yeah. So he goes into the story. He ended up becoming a white supremacist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way to go, guy.
Yes, and then he goes to high school. He makes it to high school. He ends up getting into an argument with somebody, and I believe they took something from him, something like of a very small value, but to him it was like
the world,
the ultimate, the disrespect because he's a white supremacist.
Okay.
So he shows up to school the next day and he cracks the kid's head open with a baseball bat. Mind you, he's like 15 years old.
So crazy, huh?
Now he's in juvenile, waiting to be charged for attempted murder.
Right.
Gets addicted to drugs and comes out, and he's sitting in the house one day after he's like a trap house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting in the house, and there's a guy that has been talking shit to him for weeks, saying this guy is a fucking rat, drug addict, blah blah. When I see him, I'm gonna shoot his fucking brains out.
All right.
Everybody knew the guy was serious, so the guy shows up to the house that he's at one day, and he's sitting there, and he knows that he has 2 options. He's either got to kill this guy, or he's got to try and figure out a way to make sure that he doesn't kill him right now. There's nowhere for him to really go. And he said he's not religious. For the first time in like 25 years, he's praying to God.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, God, please, I know that like I'm a piece of shit and I probably deserve to die, but don't let this man kill me. He goes, I don't want to be, the last thing people know about me is that I'm just a drug addict that got killed by another drug addict.
Come on, dude. You cannot expect forgiveness for what you've done.
You know what I mean? So,
righteousness.
Long story short, the guy comes in, takes the gun out, puts it to his head. And right before he's about to blow it off, there's a girl in there that says something to him.
What does she say?
I can't remember exactly. Nothing profound. Nothing.
Still the juicy
it was,
part.
Yeah, it was nothing profound. Like, hey,
Okay.
don't do it here. There's lots of witnesses or whatever.
Okay.
So the guy said something along the lines like, oh, you're lucky. Like, you know, you.
Yeah, typical
blah,
stuff.
blah, blah, right?
Yeah.
And because he made the promise to God, he decided to keep it.
Yeah.
Because he got his life spared that day.
Yeah,
So
that was a sign.
Yeah, so he goes and becomes clean, moves to Mexico, trains with the military to become state police officer, and ends up
In
fighting
Mexico?
in
Why?
Mexico.
Out of anywhere you could have went, why Mexico?
Well, his thinking behind it was at the time he was doing drugs like speed and meth, and if you don't know, a majority of it is manufactured in Mexico by
Okay.
these cartels and then brought over
Yeah.
through Texas and stuff.
Yeah.
So he said, okay, well, they're the ones that bring the drugs here, so I'm going to bring the fight to them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he turned into Steve Rogers. Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so from white supremacist going to do life to a drug addict to now in the Mexican military becoming state police.
having a vendetta.
Yeah. He made it all the way up to commander, was in like various gunfights and everything, found corruption. He realized his own sergeant was working for them for like roughly the last 20 years he was there. The same sergeant he had for all that time that the guys were scared shitless of. Like, I mean, you would not drop a pencil around this motherfucker, they were saying.
Because you'd be like, that's all enough.
Yeah. And then it turns out he's the one that was giving information. They knew it was somebody.
Good old double agent, though.
Yeah.
But just couldn't figure out who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he talks about all the crazy experiences. At one point, they were having a giant shootout in front of his apartment building.
Yeah.
The cartel with another rival cartel.
Okay.
Big 50 cal machine guns, you name it.
It'd be so loud.
Yeah. It went on for 2 hours and 45 minutes, he said. And he's in the apartment that a lot of the police officers lived in.
Yeah.
It was right near there.
Yeah, everyone's just looking out the window.
You know? He's thinking, what if they come into this building? Mm-hmm. And one of the things he said, I've never heard anybody like say something like this. It was so like, even the host, he had to stop for a second. Mm-hmm. He goes, I'm in there. And he goes, because you're not born in Mexico, you can't keep a weapon on you when you're not on duty.
Oh.
So he goes, I don't have a handgun. I don't have anything. And he goes, even if you have a handgun, it does nothing in a situation like this.
Like, exactly.
They're coming in with large firearms.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there. He's trying to barricade the door. All he had was a propane tank that he took, made into a makeshift flamethrower. And he goes, I stood by that door for 2 hours and 45 minutes, waiting to see if they would come into the entrance. Yeah. And he goes, the whole time on my mind, I had to think about how I could humanely kill myself and my wife.
Which is blowing up.
Because
right?
he goes, no, he said, I had a knife. He goes, the flamethrower was for them. And then he goes, I had a knife for us. Oh. And he goes, the whole time I was trying to think of the easiest way to kill her. He goes, the thing I love the most. Because he goes, if they're going to come in here, the things they would do to her would be unimaginable.
Of course, you don't.
And the things they would do to me. So he goes, imagine having to sit there for 3 hours defending yourself, and then at the same time you're worried about having to kill the thing you love most,
the love of your life,
in order to protect them. And I was like, holy fuck, bro! Like, it was so insane to think the trauma these people go through.
Intense.
Yeah, man.
And it's like incredibly cruel what their form of torture would be. I mean, you can only imagine. I don't want to elaborate more on that. That's really,
dude.
Anyone knows.
They said the most brutal form of torture. He's like, it wasn't even worth it. And then you're listening to this, and at the end, he had so much love and appreciation for the country, even though everything that he went through there.
The thing is, I mean, I actually lived in South America, in Chile.
Yeah.
Beautiful country, beautiful, beautiful. But you start to realize how corrupt things are when you actually live in South America.
Yeah.
Because all you see on the news is bad news, bad news, bad news, a little bit of celebrity news, and then soccer, which is football, and that's it. And you realize, like, wow, okay, out of all the countries I could have went to where I dated a girl from Chile, like, I landed in Chile.
Yeah.
You know, because if I went anywhere else, who knows if I'd still be alive, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, and Chile is like the equivalent of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So I got so lucky.
You got lucky.
And Argentina's like the U.S. in a way, you know what I mean?
Okay.
They're neighbors, but there's always clashes between them, sort of like Canada and the U.S., right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, dude, just the luck of the draw, honestly.
And yeah, like I was saying, the guy, he said, when I die, I want to be buried in Mexico. He goes, I love that place more than the United States. Mm-hmm. And then they were sitting there, and as they were saying it, the guy asked him, he goes, okay, so all your time fighting the war on drugs, because that's what the U.S. calls it. And he goes, do you think you made a difference, and do you think it's an actual war? And two of the things that this guy has in common and that David Feizal have in common is they said it was like a waste of time.
Really?
Yeah, Chris Feizal also said the same thing.
Probably because it's just never ending.
Yeah, they said basically they're like, it's just something to do. It's like any other war. It's a profit thing. They go, we move in, we take out a certain cartel, then the CIA moves in.
Yeah. And
they goes, what happens from there happens from there. And then to hear them say that it was such a waste of time. And then he brought up the thing about legalization. I wanted to ask your thoughts on this too. I kind of agree with it.
What?
he mentioned the fact that eventually they're just gonna have to legalize these drugs.
To
The
prevent
same
what
way they did
youths
with
from doing it, or what?
marijuana, the way they use ketamine for medical purposes and things like that. They're gonna have to do the same thing.
Well, for those who are not from Canada, so in Canada we have weed that's legalized now. They've
Yeah.
been doing that for years in Amsterdam, but now in Canada it's been legalized. There's only government shops that sell it. I mean, for the most part, right?
Yeah.
And then you need to provide ID every single time you go in there. They have security guards. They
Yeah.
have edibles. They got drinks with weed now.
Mhm.
You know, I've tried it a couple times. I think does its job. It's as advertised. It
Yeah.
comes pre-rolled, this and that. I mean, it's become very commercial,
Especially right
almost like
now.
going to like a grocery store.
Yeah, especially
Right?
right now, I agree because everything has fentanyl in it.
Yeah.
Like you can't do drugs like when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Okay, if you took an ecstasy, you knew what you were getting was at least as close to the real thing as you were supposed to get.
Yeah, now though.
Now forget it.
ooh.
Coke is mixed with fentanyl. Everything has fentanyl.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know.
So I
but,
mean, at
but
the same
why
time,
that sudden change? I wonder why.
so at
Because
the
it's
same
just
time-
more affordable. Is that what it is? Like
What do you mean?
they don't want to
Yeah,
give you
it's-
like the full-on drug.
No,
Why?
that's it. Yeah. It's profit wise. It
Mm.
takes such a small amount of it to do such a large impact that you can
Yeah.
cut the coke to fucking barely anything.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Mix in
There
some
you go.
fentanyl, people are gonna get fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a strong opiate that you have people that were lifelong heroin addicts now turn to fentanyl
Right.
because it's just so cheap and affordable.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, some of it, I was a little hesitant about weed only because I know there's people that would do it while driving, operating
Mhm.
heavy machinery and stuff. If everything's okay, it seems like it's okay right now. But if there's
But it's like
anything-
drinking. You look at how many people
Yeah.
go to a bar. They all
And they
they're
still
all there in a car.
drive.
They still drive home.
Yeah,
It's
but
the same
have you
thing.
seen how many memes where it shows like this pretty girl dancing and then
Yeah.
the caption says how my car looks at me after drinking at a bar?
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh,
So it's like people are still gonna do these
Like-
things regardless. But at least the thing is that they take
So
out
many do
the
it.
risk. I feel like overdoses are gonna go down. It's also gonna be
because it'll
bring
be
in-
more monitored and
It's
controlled.
gonna bring in
right?
income, but the thing is, they should use the income in order to like better the rehabilitation program.
Yeah, but they
Because
won't
you
do
can
that.
use the drugs in
They
order to
should.
fund the rehabilitation of drug addicts.
They should, of course.
That's what
you
they
would
should
think that
be
they
doing
should be
with it.
doing, but
Yeah,
I mean, the chances of that happening. I don't want to get too deep
because
into
what
it,
they're
but
doing
yeah,
right now basically is okay. You waste all the taxpayers' money and resources
of course.
busting. They only get 1 in 10 shipments. So
Yeah.
every time they go on the news and they go, "Oh, we got a ton of cocaine," which is 1,000 keys, right? Oh,
Yeah.
we got 1,000 keys. Okay, cool. 10,000 already got through.
Yeah.
So it means
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, we seized $20 million. Okay, cool. That means nothing. You're just gonna spend it on the same thing, trying to catch these shipments.
Yeah.
Cut out the middleman. Cut them out of it. Sell your
Exactly.
own fucking drugs.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna stop people from doing it. We're grown adults. People are gonna do it.
No, everyone has a choice to make.
At least I feel like people would appreciate having the safe option because right now
Yeah,
you don't know
exactly.
whether you're gonna die or
Exactly.
not.
The safer option is the better
Yeah.
decision to make.
Even when it
obviously.
comes to pot, I remember back when I was a teenager, you could get shit that was sprayed.
Yeah.
They used to call it spray. So they would spray it with a chemical that would make it with terpenes but it wasn't just terpenes. There was a lot of other shit in there, and you
Of
would
course.
smoke it, get headaches, all kinds of shit. But it would smell like the craziest
probably
fucking
like
weed.
gasoline.
Yeah, it
in
was just
there,
spray,
like-
bro. They're still
yeah.
selling this shit. Anytime you buy weed in a crazy packaging, like colorful, it's
Yeah.
fucking spray.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah,
huh?
dude.
Yeah.
And it's like
Stay away from it.
now at least
Like-
when I get it from the SDQC or
Yeah.
whatever,
SQDC.
yo, they come straight to my door just like my drug dealer used to. And it's you're not getting fucking gypped. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It
exactly.
is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. You're getting in the little sealed package, this and that. There's a certain quality, I guess.
Yeah.
So to speak, that's there.
It's a convenience thing.
It's
Like,
a convenience.
yeah.
Just look at Uber. Look at
They
all
make
that kind of
exactly.
stuff.
They Ubered
Right.
weed. Like that's
Yeah.
it. They Uber.
As long as you provide that ID, you're
That's
good to
it.
go. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably obviously going to be the.
And plus,
future.
what it was gonna do is it's gonna
So-
damage the street price. Like, look how cheap weed is now.
So
the
reducing
cheapest
it, yeah.
it's ever been.
Yeah.
At least here in Canada, I can't speak for the States because you guys be getting ripped off, paying ridiculous prices.
Yeah.
But down here, it's like,
Well, it's
fuck.
so saturated, right? That's the thing now.
Yeah,
So
you-
anyone can get it. It's like
You can get an ounce of fucking great Kush for like $130. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
because everybody has a plant. Or
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, yeah. it's one of those things, and it's gonna, in a way.
Do you want to go on the premium side? Yo, for like 160, you're getting 32% THC. You're getting so fucking baked that, like, to the point where you don't even need to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
beyond.
So it's like the price is completely plummeted. Same thing would happen with cocaine right now. I don't know what the price of a key on the street is, but I guarantee you it would be halved immediately.
If they legalized it?
Yeah.
Oh, probably 75%. Everything cut.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, of course.
And imagine the manufacturing power the government has. Look how quickly they upscaled
you know how many jobs
the production
would
of marijuana.
Would be like, how many people would want to go work there?
But they're creating jobs too, yeah, man.
Dude, just being like, get some, go. I mean, yeah, who knows?
I feel like it's going to happen regardless. Because right now they're working on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Because of all the neurological benefits from them.
Yeah, but is there long-term problems with taking too much?
No, I don't think so. The studies have been done.
Like
you have to realize this is something that's been used for over 1,000 years.
They say for weed, though, it's long-term effect. You actually get more anxiety after 10 years of smoking it.
That's what they say. I mean, I guess different people are affected differently.
Yeah, everyone has different.
Me personally, as somebody who's smoked weed for, what now, over 10 years, I don't have anxiety from it or anything.
No.
But that's me. I've also heard the other side of the coin where people say, oh, I can't really smoke anymore. It makes me anxious and things like that.
Yeah.
So I guess it all really depends on the person, whatever your chemical imbalance is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? Every human's different.
That's the thing.
So,
it's like some motherfuckers like you and me, we're what, like $1.80?
Yeah.
And we can drink for 6 hours at the bar.
I know, dude. Yeah, we did it a few times. Oh, yeah.
And it's like, it shouldn't even be humanly possible. But then, like,
we kind of don't black out, but we sort of do at the same time. And then we're just like, dude, a wild night. And for whatever reason, Anthony always wakes up at like 7 a.m, shoots me a message. Had such a great time, dude. Let's do it again. Yeah. I'm like, buddy, I'm going to sleep at least till noon. I'll reply back to you when I wake up. And I'm hungover and I'm throwing up in the shower and I'm sitting there for like 3 hours just trying to sweat it out, you know?
I like to wake up early and try and work off the hangover.
Disgusting.
Like cold showers, coffee.
I already have a headache thinking about what you're doing and I'm so sore right now. Oh my God, dude. There's no way. Like, I don't know if any of you guys realize this, but as soon as you hit 30, hangovers are the worst.
Oh, literally.
And even sleeping, I feel like as soon as you sleep on your pillow the wrong way, you're applying for disability the next day. Your neck's all kinked. You're like,
oh, dude, I was Batman Beyond. Is that the one?
Just turning yo,
dude, 2 weeks ago, everywhere.
You're turning your shoulder blades left and
dude.
right.
Looking up like a dog. Like,
yeah.
I couldn't do nothing, man.
Yeah, dude. I went to a Halloween party for my birthday, and like I remember I had a really bad back injury when I was working with you at the factory.
I remember it.
And I remember I just went to go pull the couch, and my back just went, and I was like, and I finished the work, you know, because I'm like, I'm a man, I'm gonna go through this. Then after, like, I was all hunched the whole night, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, you know, I'm just like, It was so bad. But that starts to occur as soon as you hit 30.
Yep. Oh, dude, this summer, Father's Day, okay?
Yeah.
So this is how my Father's Day went. My son wanted a new bike, so we got him a brand new mountain bike. Obviously, you gotta assemble the thing, so we wake up early.
Really? It doesn't just come pre-packaged?
No, it didn't. Like the brakes and everything were set up. You just had to do the wheels. The brakes, because there's disc brakes, and lubricate them, little things, right?
Still.
Yeah. So we're there, and we're about to set it up because we're gonna go on a bike ride and go fishing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there. One of the bolts on the back wheel was torqued so tight. Okay, I'm telling you, I had like
a torque wrench. Did you have?
I had a 1.5 foot wrench to get leverage. I couldn't turn the bolt.
That's a problem.
So I'm there, I'm yanking. Now I'm getting pissed. So I stand up, I'm crouched, back all fucking curved and shit, right?
Getting all into it, puts a
foot on the fucking bike, bro. And I go and yank. And that one yank I did, I ended up on the ground.
Oh, you're just like,
I just went, and I hit the floor.
Yeah.
My fucking father-in-law was just sitting there watching me. He's like, you okay? I said, I threw my back out. Out. I'm like, I can't move. So I spent the next 9 hours in the hospital until they...
What? Yeah. That's so crazy.
Until they gave me x-rays, made sure there was no tear.
Oh, my God.
And then I spent about like 2 weeks on just muscle relaxers, painkillers, and shit.
And you just like Batman Returns.
Dude, I couldn't cough or nothing. It hurt to take a shit.
You sneeze and you're the back.
Yeah.
I remember before I left to live in Chile, I remember I was at my parents' place and there was like a really bad snowstorm. And at the time, like, obviously, I'm not going to get my mom to go chip the ice and go shovel the driveway, right? We had like 4 feet of snow, and underneath that was all ice, so you had to chip it. We didn't have salt, so I had no choice but to chip.
Yeah.
So I shoveled the whole driveway with 4 feet of snow. I reached the ice, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I don't even have like an icebreaker or anything. I have nothing, so I'm going to use just the bottom of the shovel and start like trying to stab into it. And there's like a metal shovel, right? So I start doing that, chipping away at it.
You're trying to use like an icebreaker?
Yeah, exactly. And then I heard and my back went out. I dropped to the ground. I crawled my way back inside because I couldn't stand anymore.
Yeah.
My mom's like, what happened? I'm like, I just pulled my back out. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm going to go take a bath and I'm not doing this anymore. And that was it. You know, I went down and like my back was like really bad for like 3 months.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, no, those are real serious, man.
No, I believe you, bro.
Injury?
Back shit is no joke, man. One little wrong move, you're over.
Yeah.
It's finishing you off.
But speaking of fishing, so you were talking about going fishing here in Montreal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what St. Lawrence River, freshwater, where Ottawa River?
No, I usually go on Gouin. I believe it's attached to the St. Lawrence. Yeah, it's all attached to the St. Lawrence.
So it's kind of like hybrid, half ocean, half.
It's like more or less a river.
So you can catch a
heavy current
Greenland shark. You never know, right?
You'd be surprised. I've seen somebody catch like a freshwater crab all the way up to like a trout.
Oh yeah, there's freshwater.
Yeah, little gray fuckers
mussels
there
and all that.
Yeah, oh yeah, the mussels are there. And
crawfish and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I've seen it. Oh yeah.
The only thing that sucks there is the current. Very jaggedy. I mean, you can cross over like me and Mike do. What we do is we cross over the bridge that leads to Laval.
Yeah.
And we just cut through the train track, and you can jump down. It's only maybe about a 7-foot drop. And you'll be on the island in the middle of the entire river.
Okay.
And that's the spot you want to go to.
Yeah.
That's where we have the best catches.
What do you catch there?
Mostly trouts, but big motherfuckers.
Trout?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of trout?
No.
They're not like the rainbow trout, right?
No, not rainbow trout.
Are they like with speckles?
Yeah, little black speckles.
So speckled trout.
There we go.
Or maybe even lake trout. I'm gonna try and find a picture and I'll ask you if hey, is this what you saw?
Yeah, I'm not super technical on the names. I just enjoy the.
I actually grew up wanting to be a pro fisherman because I'm from a really small town where we hunt, fish, camp, and this and that, right? And yeah, that was one of them. Was like I would be okay. Like I would spend like 12 hours outside just fishing up to my waist, casting the line, and there's a certain like peace about it when you go out there, and if you're with your boys, you just have a drink or two, you're casting the line, you're shooting the shit, and when you get that nibble or bite, you never know what you're gonna get. You
That's
know
the
what I
thing.
mean? Like it's like Forrest Gump said in the box of chocolates.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, you ain't never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So it's like one of those things. Like I've caught a boot before, I've caught a rock before, I've caught a log, but then I've caught huge pike.
Dude, I love that fucking movie, but that shit always pisses me off towards the end.
Why?
Because Jenny, like he's
the
nicest dude. You fuck off, disappear.
But he's also not all there.
You come back.
You gotta realize that, right? She's a normal woman.
You come back with AIDS and drop the bombshell on him that you're dying and he has a daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So
exactly.
That's
just smaller.
Oh, okay, so you're probably talking about a speckled trout?
Yeah, much smaller. Dude, I wish I could catch something like
They're
that. That's Ayub. Ayub will catch that where I go.
Yeah.
I ain't catching those, though.
That's a speckled trout.
That's exactly it.
They're pan size.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So speckled trout, fresh water.
I told you a buddy of mine went salmon fishing recently. Caught some big motherfuckers.
Like that, huh? Little speckled trout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so they're only pan size.
Yeah.
But they're actually really good eating.
I don't eat them down here, though.
No.
Hell no.
Come on, man.
Hell no.
Just like you see
Lachine
Canal. They have the
sewage
that goes into the river, and people are swimming in there.
Bro, you see Lachine? Yeah, they make it so nice, right?
Oh.
And people are swimming in there, jumping off the dock. We're right next to the sign that says, "Do not fucking swim in here. There's live sewage." Like, Every time I see somebody in there, you know what I think of? Futurama, the three-eyed fucking fish. Okay.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
You're about to come out with a heroin addiction or something.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine? And they're like inhaling all that. And,
dude.
Everything going.
Dude.
It's like a catfish, dude. They're just sitting there.
Come on.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
Some people have zero survival instinct. You ever realize when you're outside, like So I see so many people. Their face is so buried in their fucking phone. They're
It's-
almost getting hit by cars and shit.
It's like an NPC.
Literally.
I'm just like, are you programmed to do this in the
Yeah.
simulator? What is going on here?
Or it's like you have one person bottlenecking a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
They're just like in the way.
Yeah.
Super slow. You have like 10 people behind you, and you're like,
and then
what
they
the
just
fuck is
stare
going on?
up at the sky and they stop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you staring up at? It's cloudy.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, there's nothing to look at. You know, you're just stopping and staring. Like
Yeah.
sometimes at this, where I'm working, I'll lock the door to filter out crooks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they'll come in, and I always see them on the camera pulling the door. Then they stare up at the sky. I'm like, what are you staring up at?
Uh-huh.
The door's not locked from above.
It's right there.
And he's like, and they try to pull and look up again. I'm like, come
Bro,
on.
what's happening with 3i Atlas?
Yeah.
Wasn't this thing supposed to pass already or whatever? What's going on?
Apparently, it was supposed to pass in November.
And we just heard nothing.
And there's
It was such a big deal, and then nothing.
So it's a bunch of BS on my end. Like for NASA to come out with all these incredible pictures of different planets and different, Milky Way and this and that, and then for them to have a live feed
I remember it looked like shit.
like 10 days ago,
Yeah,
and
it
it looked
was
like a
filmed on a
picture from the
Nokia.
60s. And I even wrote on the page, I said, "You're not fooling anybody, young man."
Yeah.
I said, "You guys got to get it together and start showing us the truth,
Yeah.
I said, "You can't tell me I'm wrong. You guys had better pictures in the 90s than this. So what's going on with this? Why is it so blurry?" And then you have amateur astronomers who are giving us the real
Much
pictures.
better, exactly.
And you could tell it's definitely not a comet.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks kind of fucked
What do you
up.
think it is?
I think maybe if it's not a comet, it might be a probe.
No, I'm going to say otherwise. You know why? Suddenly the government had a worldwide ban of trying to put up those lasers to contact extraterrestrial life. They said anyone who does it faces prison time.
But that's been around for a while now. The
No,
aircraft
that
law?
just happened because they're trying to avoid contact with 3i Atlas. And it happened like 4 weeks ago. They said, nope, no one's allowed to try to put up those lasers in the sky. Because if you've seen videos when people do it, there's weird flashing in the sky and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's like there's a response. It's sort of like playing Simon Says. You flash it up and you see a pulsing, twice. And you're like, okay, is this like a Morse code? What is it?
Yeah.
What is this, right?
Yeah, I just find it weird. It was such a big phenomenon. And then they said, another object had entered, and then we heard nothing about it.
It left now, or
Now
apparently.
it left, yeah. So it's like, oh, fuck, we still gotta pay rent and bills.
Yeah.
I thought the aliens were coming to finally end this fucking...
That would be wild.
Oh, dude.
I don't even know what I would think if that did occur. I'd be like, okay, I would rather just go from a heart attack or something. If they tried to like come and like probe me, I'm like, oh no.
In a way, I kind of want to, like, I hopefully we're around for contact. Because I want to see...
We will be.
I want to see what the response will be when we're met with something that's like...
Well, religion will be thrown out the door,
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And then on top of it, it's like we're so... We're the superpower on it. We're the top
apparently
of the top of the food chain.
I don't think so.
Imagine to meet something that like
There's
little
no
boys you. You know?
Yeah.
You shoot that bullet and it just disintegrates before it hits them or something like.
Dude,
I don't know. Yeah.
Imagine those people that can't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
They're gonna get disintegrated right away.
Like, dude, and on top of it, we're finally gonna see whatever the government's been hiding. Because they're going to pull out all the fucking strings.
They're like, okay, here's what we got.
Like when they just recently declassified a spacecraft they've had since the 1970s.
60s.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. They said they were able to reverse engineer certain parts, which means it's not made from here.
Yeah.
And they said it's like transmedian. It can go from Earth, space, and into the water.
Crazy.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. They have one. They said it was a prototype.
I'm sure
they released pictures. It looks pretty fucking sick. I mean, it's like the very to describe the
Is
material.
It the triangle or like the typical classic cylinder?
No, it's very triangular. Kind of rounded like a Dorito.
Oh yeah,
it looks like it's aluminum or something.
Yeah,
kind of reflective.
Okay, probably titanium. It's the strongest metal on Earth. There,
but it looks very much not from Earth. You can tell.
I wonder what the inside would look like.
That's the thing. They didn't want to show it. They just said, yeah, like this is a confirmed thing. You know what's funny too? They dropped it right after China did the military parade. When they showed all this high-end AI jets and everything. Yeah. And the U.S. was just like, okay, here's one picture. Like, we own you.
Yeah.
Like, fuck your little...
parade.
Yeah, your little probe jets and shit. They're like, we have a literal UFO, motherfuckers.
You know what's crazy about that, though? Is like, how is it possible that some super intelligent being crashed their aircraft.
And why do they leave it here? That's always been my question.
Do
Because they say
you
they're
think
recovered.
that the government set up some sort of like plasma trap or something where it flew into this area, disabled everything, and brought it to the ground? Because anything that's that intelligent, you'd think, oh, they'd have everything covered. They can fly interdimensionally in space, underwater, this and that, even camouflage, and they move silently. So how is it possible that they got caught?
Maybe it's a malfunction or something.
What are the chances again if
nothing,
they're that smart?
Yeah, but nothing is perfect. Perfection doesn't exist.
Could you imagine?
Perfection is a thing of perception, right? We created the idea of
Imagine
perfection.
you're an alien and you're the unlucky motherfucker to crash on Earth.
You know what I mean?
You're like, oh no, and you're crashing, boom, that's it.
And then other times too,
Like-
maybe it's like meant to be here. Maybe they're giving us like their Honda Civic. And we think it's the shit because it's so advanced, but they're like, hey, let's drop this Honda Civic here and see what they can do with it. The same idea that we have with like chimps. Hey, let's give them a tool and see how long it takes for them to be able to use it. And now you see chimps in nature.
They're our sacrificial
tools,
lamb. You know what I
You
mean?
know what I mean?
Like,
or it's this. There's a theory one time. It was said by a professor. He said the equivalent to us reverse engineering a majority of this technology is the equivalent to us leaving a nuclear reactor in medieval times and allowing them to figure it out.
yeah,
They're gonna pick at it. They're gonna play at it. They don't realize what they're actually touching.
But
because
after a while,
as they remove the protective layer, they're all gonna die from radiation.
yeah, exactly.
Not understanding.
And they don't know
that it. You know what I mean?
They think it's gonna be a ghost or haunted, and they won't touch it for years.
So that's another issue with us even recovering something. Can we open this? Like,
I don't think so.
maybe their radioactivity is not the same as our radioactivity.
There are stories where individuals have physically, documented individuals.
Well, Bob Lazar, bro.
There's another one from Canada.
Yeah, but Bob Lazar. Anybody who listens to Bob Lazar, they said he was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Everything he said has been proven true.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the existence of S4. So it's like,
well, come on. I mean, there's the guy from Canada. I think he was from the 60s or 70s. And he actually made contact with a UFO, and when he did, he got shot back from it, and he actually died from some sort of radiation or poisoning.
oh shit.
But there's actually documented photos of the marks that were on his chest afterwards,
like radiation
his
burns,
clothes,
right? I know exactly.
but it looked like a checkered board.
Yeah.
So there's two of them, one in the States and one here in Canada. And this happened in Winnipeg.
Wow.
Crystal Lake, no, not Crystal Lake. That's Jason. Yeah. Where is he? He's in the closet, dude. And so if you look on some of the reports, you actually see him in the hospital unconscious, and he's got this checkerboard pattern on his chest, and he died from it after.
Okay.
And you can actually go to one of the libraries in Winnipeg and see the clothing from when he went through that event.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, and it's all the burn holes, and it almost looks like shotgun casing shellings, but it's like in a chessboard format.
Yeah.
And the burns were still there on his chest even when he died. It never healed or anything. So.
Oh shit.
And that's as soon as he touched it, he got shot back flying forward. And all the scientists that went to go investigate that area said, we can't explain what's here.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? That's wild. Like,
wow.
To go through that.
Think about that, eh?
But imagine how curious you are to be like, I'm going to touch this. And he had like prospector gloves on and he got shot back flying.
You ever hear about the ones that go and see the hypnotist and they do the regression therapy, I believe it's
the
called?
ones that get abducted?
Yes. So they'll go and see a hypnotist and they'll help them bring back recessed memories.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, some of those stories are like fucking mind-blowing, man. Like, you sit there and you wonder.
Because they're not making it up, right?
That's the thing.
For the most part, you can. If you're hypnotized, it's sort of like you're under this compulsion to tell the truth.
And plus, only certain people can be hypnotized. Because that's the thing. It doesn't work for everybody. Yeah, it doesn't. I met actually he's a very well-known hypnotist. He's an illusionist here from Montreal, Canada. His name is
Chris Angel, mind freak.
No, his name is David Lyon. You should go check him out on YouTube.
I've heard of him. Okay, you met him? How?
I knew him for many years.
What?
I met him through a teacher of mine. She was an art teacher, and she ended up teaching me other things. She's the one that got me my yoga certification. My yoga certification, amongst other things.
Yeah.
We actually shared the same birthday, even.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah. And she introduced me to him one day, and he did some
Tried to hypnotize you?
Tried
Hypnotism?
to hypnotize me, and he did some meditation tactics with me.
Did it work?
50-50. Some of it did work, some of it didn't.
How did it feel to be under that spell?
It's kind of strange. It's almost like having an out-of-body experience. You're consciously there, just not really in control.
But you're just like, it's like when you're drunk and you're telling nothing but the truth, and you're just like, okay.
No, it's kind of like when you're reliving the drunk when you're sober. You're like, oh, fuck, this really happened. You know, you're like, oh my God, I did this. Like,
so when you're telling him all this stuff, you're just like, no, don't say it.
That's the thing. And I met him, and then, he did some things on me. I saw him. I got invited to David Banner's birthday party.
Okay.
And I went there with him in order to videotape some things or whatever.
Yeah.
Because at the time I thought, I was going to do content. I never did anything with it, right?
Not yet. Not till now.
And then, long story short, it was very interesting to see what he could make people do. Even to some people that didn't believe, but it didn't always work.
Yeah.
So, like, he could make you...
So why wouldn't it work, though? Is that like a mental fortitude thing where it's like, I'm just really strong mentally, you're not getting through, or what?
I think it's like almost the opposite of a placebo, where it's like you believe so hard that it cannot be done that it just can't be done.
Okay, so it's a stubbornness that
the
saves
opposite.
you, huh?
Yeah, like you're not going to allow yourself to relax enough in order to gain a trance-like state.
So basically,
because that's the only way it works.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be somebody that can actually shut your brain off.
Like you're open to it.
Yes.
Without judging. So it's sort of like when you do a meditation retreat for the chakras.
The exact same thing as meditation.
The first rule of chakras, do not judge. Keep an open mind. Be free. And you actually start placing, I believe, part of it's a placebo effect and the other part is application.
Yeah.
And when you start believing, then things start working out for you.
Like he did, I remember I was about 18 or 19, the first time I quit smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
It was him. He hypnotized me. He said that I don't need the cravings and blah, blah. And it worked for like fucking probably a year.
And then wore off?
And then out of nowhere, I got stressed or I was drunk. One of the two. Because that's when I really want a cigarette. It's usually a stress response, you know?
Probably wore off, though.
And then out of nowhere, I started smoking again. But it's funny because right after that session, and this could be a placebo. I don't really care because I believe it could have been a placebo, obviously, right? But it worked. I just didn't have cravings. After that day, I had half a pack. I remember
that's like 90% of the battle.
Yeah, I remember cravings. I walked out and I just threw the pack of smokes in the garbage, and I didn't smoke for a year.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah. Throw away $15. There you go.
That's it. Whatever. Well, back then they were probably like $9.
I mean,
yeah,
must be nice.
Yeah. Dude, I remember Demoriers. Now they're super expensive. I used to pay $9.80.
$24.90.
Yeah, I used to pay $9.80 in high school.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's the greed of the tobacco company. They can still make profit off of $9 and they say otherwise. No, we're going to do this. Okay, good for you guys. You know, whatever. Let them do whatever they got to do.
Yeah.
Yes, some of that placebo effect, you know, that is a thing.
For sure.
Placebo and whatnot, right?
For sure.
Like, have you ever had ginger beer? It's not even beer.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You drink a couple of those, you already start feeling buzzed. You're like,
or
there's no alcohol.
When you're a kid and you're like, oh, give me the root beer. Just because it has the word beer.
Those little sailor cigarette things and you're pretending you're
candy cigarettes, bro. Yeah.
So bad, man. Yeah. I think right now, guys, we should actually end the episode.
Oh, wait. Before we end this, I want to do a small little segment. And this is for them to maybe engage with it, us afterwards.
Sure.
So this is going to be question of the week, where we try and share something about ourselves, whether it be embarrassing, candid, or otherwise.
Yeah, we're pretty open.
So this is the question of the week, and then we'll end this off, give them the socials. What is one of your most embarrassing moments?
As of recent or just of all time?
Out of all time. It could be anything. I have my story ready.
So you tell me yours because I got to think. Yeah.
Okay, so I was in about grade 3, and I had this big-ass crush on this girl named Alex, right? So we used to, you know, when you're a kid, you're like bugging them because that's how your way of showing them that you like them.
Yeah.
I guess one day I pissed her off so bad. So I get to go off the bus, and my little smart ass goes to make a remark. And I was wearing those, like, you remember those track pants, the Kappa pants back in the day?
Oh, yeah, the ones with
the buttons
on the side. Yeah.
So I get to stand off, and I made a smart ass remark. And the next thing I know, she fucking grabbed the pant leg as I went to walk off, and my pants stripped completely off. So I'm like 8 years old.
You can hear the button snap.
I'm like 8 years old in my Spider-Man tidy whities. And everybody on the bus is laughing. And I remember just grabbing my pants, buttoning it so that the waist was closed, and running off of the bus, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah, I've probably transfer schools after.
Yeah, dude, I wanted to. I begged my mom not to go back to school. And that's one of them. So, yeah, if you feel like you want to share yours in the comments,
Yeah,
please
I
do.
think, guys, that's a hard one to top.
And the best one,
yeah.
we're going to feature in the next episode.
Exactly. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Try to keep it just really precise. Try to keep it under 3 sentences long. And we're going to feature you guys. And we'll talk about it. And
maybe we'll call them on Instagram and have them tell the story, bro.
That would be sick. Yeah,
sicker.
maybe we could do like a spontaneous sort of call like that. So be prepared for the unexpected. On the next episode, I'll share with you guys my most embarrassing experience.
Yeah, because I caught you off guard.
I could think of it. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I'm shooting blanks in the dark.
All right, so there's mine. Hit them with the socials, man.
So, all right. So you guys can follow us at NTD Podcast 1 on Instagram. Right now, we also have TikTok as well.
Yeah, and YouTube. You'll find it all on the Insta.
Yeah, and as soon as you go on Instagram, we have the YouTube link in our bio. Thank you guys once again for listening to us.
Hopefully you had a laugh.
And we'll catch you guys on the next episode. I'm your co-host, Sean Watt.
And I'm your host, Anthony Danzo. And remember, it's not that deep.
But maybe.